Good day all. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. I am Alojaimi from Saudi Arabia, a well-known guy in the social media in Saudi Arabia and some other Arab countries. I have issued more than 200 clips in Arabic in the YouTube. I talk about humanities and some other issues relating to the consumer items. I was asked by several people to talk about some controversial issues and to clarify some issues also in the Islamic or Arabic world. Today, let me start my subject. I traveled around the world several times. I spent almost 4 months out of home every year. And I was asked zillion times, how many wives do you have? What? I say, how many wives do you have? I have one. They say, no, you have 4. I say, swear to God, I have 1. Sometimes my wife with me, they say, oh, this is the only wife you have? Poor guy. Really, I was asked by ladies and men, young and old, and I don't blame them, they just don't know. They only hear, Muslim, 4 wives. What do you think? I have 4 wives and one standby, wearing her white dress, ready when I say to one of the 4, get out! She comes and joins the club. It's not like that. No, not at all. Okay, so today, let me clarify it away from talking like reading a book. I don't do that. Okay. Let me give you some scenarios so you get the idea right. Let me drink tea. Imagine a guy with his wife, married for 10 years. They've got 3 children. Something wrong happened between them. Or they discovered that they cannot continue. They've got to divorce. They've got to separate. They just cannot. For some reason, they just cannot continue. The normal situation, separation. Who's the victim? Kids. Each one of them is a victim. But the kids are mostly affected all their life. When they grow up, their future is vague. If you go and ask the people specialized in jails and the society, treatments, they'll tell you people from broken homes are mostly customers to those jails and places, for treating kids, psychology. And in Islam, man and woman, they say, okay, I like to keep my kids. The lady say, I like to keep my kids under the umbrella of father and mother. But me and you, we cannot live together. Fine. She stays home or she gets another home. She lives with the kids. He supports them, pays everything, bills, pay them, like usual. He sits with her. The kids don't feel separation. Same time, he goes and marries another lady. And he treats both ladies equal. Islam, Allah, God, our God, Allah, subhanahu, said, you have to be equal. If you cannot be equal, if you cannot treat the ladies equal, the 2 wives equal, just one wife. If you cannot, it's difficult, but try your hard best. So he agrees with the wife. She says, I don't want you to stay over at night in the house. Fine, okay. Or stay just 1 or 2 nights. Fine. And with the new wife, you tell her everything. Tell her this is the situation. And maybe one day I go back to my first wife. So 1 night for you, 1 night in this house, 1 night in this house. And the lady who gets a guy to marry, who marries a guy as a second wife, they know this. She appreciates this. Fine? This is one side of the issue. So kids will not be alone per se. Go to the grandmother here, or 2 kids with the husband, 1 kid with the, and you go to courts and you fight. Oh, I want to see my kid. No, he didn't allow me. And the kid, you know, he loves his mother, but then he goes to his father. It gets the kids crazy. This doesn't happen if you have this solution. Now, the other thing. Who is this second wife? Second wife could be a lady who, for some reason, she grew up aged a little bit, didn't get married. She's 40, she's 35, she's something, she's whatever, you know. She gets a husband, a decent, good husband, who will take care of her as like any other wife. Another thing, a lady who got divorced. She's got kids. Maybe her kids go with her parents or with their father. Or a young man, normally in normal situation, just graduated from college and will not go and marry a lady who had 2-3 children. No problem with that. I'm not saying, don't misunderstand me. Don't. Maybe a guy, love is love. Love is blind. You know, you love that lady. She's the best in the world. You see her, you go marry her. That's good. That's good decision. If your heart say and you soul and you know that, go for it. But I'm talking normal situation. Let's be frank. You just graduated from university. You want a young girl who you know, or her, you know. So those ladies who got divorced or gets a husband as a second wife. This is right. Another side of it, let me drink tea. I just woke up. Now, a guy who's rich and he has wife with children, or his wife, she just got 2 kids and for some reason she cannot get pregnant anymore. And she loves kids and he loves kids and he has a lot of money. He wants somebody to take care of this money. He wants to give away this money. He wants kids. Some people I know, they love to have 20 kids, you know. They love kids. And some don't. They say 2 and that's it. But I know a guy, my relative, they have the best marriage in the world. She got 3 kids, 2 daughters, 1 son. And she stopped getting, you know, kids for some medical reason. Then she forced him to marry another wife to get kids for them. And he did. And the second wife got 7 kids. And you know what? Those kids sleep in the house of the first lady, wife. They love her more than they love their mother. This is my relative, close relative. So a guy wants more kids. He goes and resolve this issue. He marries another wife. He doesn't cheat. You don't have to cheat. You don't have to cheat. You just don't. Right? You don't have to cheat. Okay. Something basic we have to believe in. How to say it? Okay. This is a mobile phone. See, I have 2. One I'm recording with. How lucky I am. This mobile phone came with a catalog. It says you connected to, it has a battery, you connected with the power 220, and you put a SIM card, and you nyam. If you connect it with water instead of power, it breaks down. My second language, English. It's not my first. Watch this. So excuse me if I make mistakes. So if you connect it to water, it will get damaged. So the manufacturer of it said, do this and that, and you have to follow the manufacturer's specifications. Now, What is the catalog of you listening to me? You, yes, I mean you. What's your catalog? What's my catalog? What's my sisters, my wives, my parents' catalogs? It's the holy books. The guy, Allah, God, manufactured us, and he gave us a catalog that we have to follow in order to run and work and live correctly. So, in our catalogs as Muslim, Allah said, you can marry 4 wives. And if you cannot be equal, you marry just one. And plus. And every holy book has guidance for every single one of us that we have to follow, we have to believe. You don't negotiate the manufacturer of this mobile. He says electricity, you put charger. You don't say, no, I'm going to put water. Same thing. Our holy book is the catalog for every one of us. I'm not preaching, but I'm saying principles of life. Principles of life. If you don't have principles, you will not operate, you will not work correctly. This is my first speech, and I'm going to follow it with several speeches, several issues, and I hope I touched a point, I clarified a point, and just wait for my next talks. I wish you the best, and may God bless all of us. Thank you. This is Alojaimi, Saudi Arabia. Thank you all.